Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. What a roller coaster of a week for the Cleveland Browns, folks. Just when you thought things couldn't get more intense, here we are talking about a game that's already sparking some serious debate. You see, after a big win in Vegas, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski found himself under some heat, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. The post-game locker room speech, which was widely broadcasted, had fans and analysts talking. Stefanski was quick to praise nearly every unit on the team, from the special teams to the defense, and even threw in a profanity-laced tribute to none other than Myles Garrett. But here's the thing that's got everyone raising eyebrows. He barely acknowledged rookie quarterback Shedeur, who led the Browns to a 24-10 victory in his first NFL start. Now let's take a moment to appreciate what Shedeur did. The young quarterback threw for 209 yards with a touchdown and an interception, and managed to steer Cleveland out of a 3-game losing streak. It's actually pretty remarkable. Since 1995, no rookie quarterback for Cleveland had managed to win his first game in the NFL, so Shedeur's achievement is historic, no doubt. But what's really catching fire is how little Stefanski seemed to recognize him in his speech. Instead of giving the rookie a shout-out or a game ball, Stefanski simply mentioned him in passing, almost as an afterthought. You know how it is, he was busy praising the defense, especially Myles Garrett, who had a monster game with 3 sacks, bringing his season total to 18, breaking his own franchise record. And guys, that's where the controversy starts. Fans are quick to point out that Stefanski's focus was clearly on the defense and the veterans, but he didn't give Shedeur the credit he deserves. I mean, the kid stepped in cold and made plays under pressure. That's not just a rookie performance, that's a sign of real potential. Yet Stefanski's words seemed to skim right past him, and no game ball was handed out to the young QB. Some fans even took to social media to call out the head coach, saying things like, "At least pretend to care about your QB for the cameras," or "That's wild, a rookie wins his first game and gets barely a nod." It's clear that many Browns supporters feel that Shedeur's contribution deserved more recognition, especially after such a significant milestone. Adding fuel to the fire, former NFL stars Chad Johnson and Shannon Sharpe shared their thoughts. Johnson, known for speaking his mind, pointed out that Stefanski's decision to skip giving Shedeur a game ball isn't just about one game, it's about the bigger picture of how the team values its young talent. Of course, he doesn't get no game ball, Johnson said on Nightcap. That wasn't his pick, they don't want him to succeed. Sharpe echoed similar sentiments, praising Shedeur's performance with high regard. He played his expletive off, Sharpe said. He was very good with his eyes, very good with his feet, everything was attached, and that's all you got for the man. It's clear the NFL community and Browns fans alike are divided on how the team's leadership is handling this situation. Now let's shift gears a bit and look at what this means for the Browns moving forward. The quarterback situation is suddenly very interesting, especially with Dillon Gabriel expected to return soon after his concussion. The team had initially leaned on Gabriel as the starter, but let's be honest, his performance during his time as the guy was underwhelming. Cleveland was 1-5 with him under center, and he struggled to make an impact, often looking hesitant or out of sync. So naturally, some are wondering if the Browns might consider sticking with Shedeur, at least for a little while longer, especially given the spark he brought to the team. But Stefanski, ever the cautious coach, didn't want to wade into that debate post-game. When asked about the QB situation, he simply said, "I'm not going to get into that. I'm proud of him and this offense, but I'm just worried about today." That's classic Stefanski, always the pragmatist, always focused on the game in front of him. What's interesting is how this decision, or lack of clarity, will play out in the coming weeks. Cleveland has a tough schedule ahead, including a home game against the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are loaded on both sides of the ball, and it will be a real test for whoever is under center for the Browns. If Shedeur keeps showing flashes and continues to grow, it could be a turning point for the franchise. Browns fans have been yearning for a promising young quarterback to lead the team to the promised land, and this could be the moment where the tides start to turn. But at the same time, Cleveland's front office and coaching staff will want to be cautious. They know how rare it is for a rookie to jump right in and succeed at this level, especially against a team like San Francisco. Looking back at the season so far, it's been a roller coaster ride. The Browns began with high hopes but faced some tough setbacks early on. Injuries, inconsistent play, and a few close losses have kept fans on edge. But that win in Vegas was a breath of fresh air, a reminder that this team still has plenty of fight left. Shedeur's debut might have been a small sample size, but it's enough to get fans dreaming about what could be. Cleveland's defense, led by Garrett, remains one of the top units in the league, with 10 sacks in that game alone. The offensive line is shaping up, and the receiving core, with Gage Lavardane making a notable return on special teams, has some explosive potential. But at the core of everything, it's that quarterback spot that's creating buzz. Can Shedeur become the franchise quarterback fans have been waiting for? Or will Cleveland stick with Gabriel until he proves he's the guy? This ongoing debate is fueling even more passion among Browns supporters, who are eager to see the team take the next step. The coaching staff has a lot to consider. Do they ride the hot hand, or do they stick with experience? It's a classic dilemma, but one that could define the season. If Shedeur continues to develop and shows he can operate at this level, it might be the start of something special. Cleveland has historically been a city that's passionate about its quarterbacks, from Bernie Kosar to Tim Couch and beyond. Fans have been craving that breakthrough, that new face of the franchise. Maybe, just maybe, Shedeur could be that guy. In the meantime, the team's focus remains on improving and building on that win. The defense, with Myles Garrett leading the charge, is playing at an elite level. His 3 sacks in that game not only broke his personal record, but also sent a message to the league that Cleveland's pass rush is one of the best in the NFL. The secondary has been opportunistic, and the linebackers are flying around making plays. Offensively, there's still work to do, but the potential is evident. Dylan Sampson's big play at the end of the game was a sign that the young guys are starting to step up. And with Gage Lavardane returning on special teams, Cleveland's special teams units are also showing improvements, which is crucial in close games. But let's not forget the bigger picture. The AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in football. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and Cincinnati are all fighting for playoff positioning, and every win counts. If Cleveland can keep this momentum going, especially with a confident young QB like Shedeur, they could shake things up even more. The team has a solid foundation, a coaching staff that's shown resilience, and enough talent to compete with anyone. The question is, will they trust the process and give the young guy a real shot, or will they revert to the tried-and-true experience that's been somewhat inconsistent? This whole situation is creating a buzz not just among Browns fans but across the league. Everyone's watching to see how Cleveland handles this quarterback conundrum. It's a storyline that could define the franchise's future. Will they be patient and develop Shedeur, or will they stick with Gabriel and hope for the best? Whatever happens, one thing is for sure. Cleveland is back in the conversation, and the passion among the fan base is hotter than ever. Browns fans are known for their resilience and unwavering support, and this season feels like another chapter where hope, talent, and a little bit of luck could finally come together. Now, as we look ahead, it's clear the Browns are entering a crucial phase. The next few weeks will tell us a lot about the direction of this team. If Shedeur continues to impress, it could be the start of a new era. If Cleveland sticks with Gabriel, they'll have to find a way to maximize what he can bring to the table. Either way, the fan base will be watching every snap, every play, and every decision with bated breath. That's what makes Browns football so special, the passion, the drama, the hope that this could finally be our year for a deep playoff run or even a Super Bowl appearance. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Let's keep this passion burning bright, because when it comes to the Browns, the journey is always worth the wait.